Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on the Colombians Football Report. Today we will be going over day 18 of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And on day 18 there was only one game, and that was South Africa versus Canada, the first game of the round of 32. So this is the only game that we're going to be going over today. So this will be a pretty short video, but tomorrow we'll get back to the longer videos because tomorrow there are three very good games that we have to go over. But before I get into this game, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. 83% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel, so please make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already. Now let's get to the game. And this was the only game that happened today, like I mentioned. And it was between South Africa and Canada, two teams that have never made it to the knockout stages of the World Cup until this year. And now one of these teams will get to the round of 16 for the first time in their history, and that team ended up being Canada. And I would say that it was a deserved win for Canada. It took very long for them to finally break the deadlock, but they managed to do it right at the end. But it was a relatively dull game. It was kind of boring for the neutral. In the first half, both teams, they really didn't do much, but you could still tell that Canada were trying a little bit more. But they only really had one dangerous chance, and it was right at the end of the first half when a header from Bombito, who recovered from his injury and who played today, he headed the ball towards goal, but it was cleared off the line by Modiva. And after the clearance, the ball was still bouncing around the area, and Canada had another shot on goal, but Williams was able to save it, and South Africa got away with a huge scare right at the end of the first half. The second half was definitely a little bit better. Both teams started to open up a little bit more, but South Africa, they really couldn't create much. They really didn't have dangerous chances throughout this entire game. It was a disappointing game from Mokoena, from Mofoken, from Maseko. They really didn't do much. Apollos here or there, he had some good dribbles, but besides that, there was really nothing that they created today. I did like the two center backs, Mobokasi and Okun, and they're both young center backs, so it looks like South Africa are well set for the future in that position. And the goalkeeper Williams, he did his job quite well when he needed to, but it was clear that Canada were definitely still the better team. They were getting closer towards South Africa's goal, and then Canada, around the 65-minute mark, they had a really good chance when Tandy was in one-on-one with the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper saved it, but the ball was still bouncing and it could have gone in, but Mowakasi at the last moment, he cleared the ball before Jonathan David could tap it in. But this now meant that the two most dangerous chances of the game both went in Canada's favor. And despite the fact that in this game South Africa had more possession, Canada, they still were more dangerous on the counterattacks. They were much more organized defensively. Their midfield had a good performance as well. They were just controlling everything. And this was the game where Alfonso Davies finally came back. He played in his first World Cup game in this year's edition. He came on, he made some dribbles. He still lost the ball a couple of times, but you could still tell that he was trying. And that was what Canada needed in that moment. In general, I would say that Canada's substitutes, they've responded well today. Meanwhile, South Africa, they didn't make substitutes until very late on, and I think that's something that the manager Hugo Bruce will regret. And then right when it looked like this game was going to go to extra time, Steven Eustáquio, he got the ball after it was cleared away. He chest controlled it on the edge of the box and then he volleyed it in. There was nothing Williams could do to save that, and Canada had their winner right at the end. And it was some wild scenes between the players and the fans that were in the stadium. And despite the fact that South Africa, they tried to go attacking for the last few minutes to get late equalizer, they just couldn't. And Canada held on to get the 1-0 win. So with that win, Canada are now in the round of 16, and they will wait to face the winner of the Netherlands-Morocco game. And this is historic for Canada. For the first time ever, they're in the round of 16. This is easily their best World Cup in their history. And it will be interesting to see how they can do against one of the Netherlands or Morocco. And I think that they played well today. I think they deserve to win this game by more than one goal. I think it should have been 2-0. But South Africa, they had some good last-ditch defending. But I think it's a positive performance from Canada, and we will be seeing them in the next round. South Africa, they go home, but they still had their best ever World Cup performance. So that will do it for today's video. We just covered this game and only this game because like I mentioned, this was the only game that took place today. But tomorrow, I'll be back with a longer video. Make sure you like the video and make sure you subscribe to the channel like I mentioned earlier. I have nothing more to say and take care everyone.